Yo, you already done know what it is. It's your girl Just Kimmy. I'm out here. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, wagwan brethren, I hope all is blessed with you. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers, all the people who like my videos, all the people who comment. I know I've been so super inconsistent, but hopefully with these weeks coming up, I'll be able to be more consistent and providing some new content for you guys. The direction that I want to take this channel is me kind of showing my friends about Korean culture and teaching them different things about Korean culture, and also meeting up with other Korean people and my Korean friends and teaching them about my culture, whether it's Jamaican culture or things that happen in Toronto, etc, etc. So if you've been along for this journey, I really appreciate you guys still supporting me and always looking out for my videos and stuff like that. So that being said, I want you guys to continue to support me, and you know, we're on our way to 4K. I would have never have imagined reaching almost nearly 4K subscribers, so you know, that's really big achievement for me. So you know how we just do a 3-gun shots for all my subscribers right now. Bop bop bop, you already done know. So without too much long talking, I'm just gonna get into today's video. So the things that I'm going to be talking about in today's video are kind of like the stereotypical views that Korean have on black people or foreigners in general. Because you know, when I was living in South Korea, I came across very stereotypical situations. Or everybody, don't lie fam, everybody has some sort of stereotypical, some sort of stereotype based on a certain person or a certain culture or a certain race. That's just how it is. So for disclaimer, this is not just necessarily me attacking Korean people or Korean culture. This is just things that happen to me, and it happens everywhere. It happens in Canada, it happens in US, it happens in Korea, it happens everywhere. Actually, I was just talking about this with one of my friends the other day. I understand that kind of like stereotypes come from being ignorant or kind of like a lack of education or knowledge about a certain type of people. Also, in my personal opinion, if you're ever in a situation where someone says something super ignorant or like uneducated or something super stereotypical to you, instead of getting all mad about it, I just like to be like, you know what, I understand you probably think like a lot of black people do these kind of things, but me personally, I'm not good at sports, or I can't sing well, or I can't dance well. It's just, that's just it. It's like to not give off that kind of hostile or kind of like bad vibes to people, because it's like, after that, it's like, why would they want to talk to you, or like why even continue a conversation in general? According to Google, a stereotype is a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. Pretty much the ideas, it's a simplified idea of how a certain person or certain people should act. I'm not saying all Korean people think this way or act this way. They don't all say these type of things. You may or may not be in these certain type of situations, but everywhere I go, if I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I generally come across these things often. So number one, especially the children, let it be known that they think all black people are from Africa. For example, one of my first days that I went into my school, and you know, I went into the classroom, the kids are all like, ooh, Afrika salam, meaning African person. You know what I'm saying? Well, as in terms for an adult, they kind of say, oh, a Wegukin, oh, like a foreigner. So they're not going to be straight up bold and be like, oh, Afrika salam, like, oh, you're from Africa. But when you do start to sit down with the older people, they kind of question, like they kind of assume that you're from Africa, because you know, just because of the type of questions they start to ask you, like, oh, why are you a lot lighter than other black people? And they're pretty much referring to some probably images that they've known of African people. Not to say that all African people are of darker skin, but that's just what they imagine. A black person has dark skin and come from Africa. My second point is the image of a black person. Their general image or stereotypical image of a black person is very dark, probably short curly hair, really big features, and really dark eyes. And I say this because whenever I meet someone or people, they generally ask me why I'm so light. They ask me why my hair is long, why is it straight, why do I have like softer features. Essentially, they're asking me why I look the way I do. And you know, I could get all upset and be like, oh, obviously not all black people look the same. Where does the conversation go from there, and like where does the mood go? I essentially, you know, I don't know, maybe you would say like, yo, you're being a smart aleck, but I just say like, oh, my mom's light and my dad's dark, so I just came out a little lighter skinned. Like pretty much I just give them very simplified answers, and I just say like, you know what, I'm Jamaican, so I'm not from Africa, I'm Jamaican. That's where I come from. That sense, I kind of just explained to them a little bit of my family history and stuff like that. And I think a conversation like this goes a little bit a longer way, because when I meet other people, new Koreans, and they're kind of speaking in Korean and they're kind of curious about me, I can hear my friends say, you know what, actually she's from Jamaica and this and that and stuff like that. And they're pretty much sharing and passing on the information which I've given to them. And I think that's awesome, because then it kind of widens or broadens the view of other people as well. Whenever, maybe if you meet a Korean person, like, oh, you look like some celebrity, they're probably going to tell you you look like some celebrity that's most known, like almost internationally or very popular. For example, I've been told that I've looked like Tyra Banks, I've looked like Beyonce, I look like the girl from How to Get Away with Murder. Pretty much any famous black person that they can think of, they're gonna say that you look like them. And in my humble opinion, I don't think I look like any of those people. I mean, I'll take the compliment. I don't know if because that's the only black face they know, like that's famous and stuff like that. I know for men, they all, like some of my guy friends that are black, they say like, oh, you look like Obama, you look like Denzel Washington, that, and like none of those people look the same whatsoever. But it's just like a stereotypical view. The fourth thing I will talk about is that for some reason, whenever I talk to a lot of Korean people, they just automatically assume that I'm athletically inclined. That I love soccer, I love sports, I've studied it forever. But before even knowing all that, they just assume that I'm already good at sports or singing or dancing and stuff like that. Anything they've seen, I guess, any celebrity or popular or maybe on the internet or something like that, a lot of black people doing things, they just assume that I'm good at it. For example, when I was in Jeju and I was playing soccer and I was just on an amateur team and we go play a game, all the players on the other team would be like, oh, it's just like an amateur league, like why are you here, why are you playing, or like go easy on us. I'm like, dude, I'm also amateur as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a professional player, but they just assume that I'm so good, I guess, because I'm black. Like, and you're probably thinking like, you're just assuming that they assume you're good because you're black, but no, like I've had people tell me it's because like, oh, like black people are good at sports, oh, black people are good at singing, black people are good at dancing. And one time one of my friends invited me to go play basketball. I guess she was expecting me to be so good, like taken, I haven't played basketball in like 5 years, but she was amped, so I went, you know, and I was just there like shooting enough air balls, like I was mad rusty, let me tell you. And I can tell that she was so disappointed because ever since that day she like never invited me ever to play basketball ever again. They also think that I'm really good at singing. Whenever we go to karaoke, they're like, oh, sing an English song, you know. I'm like, okay, they're gonna put on like Call Me Maybe or like some Justin Bieber, you know. I see them scrolling through the list, yo, they're picking Adele, Beyonce, and like all these powerhouse singers. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I can't sing. They're like, yeah, you can, like Beyonce can sing well. I'm like, I can't sing whatsoever. One time I kind of got like not forced, but kind of persuaded to enter a rap competition because people assumed that I can rap well. I was like, okay, like I guess I'll do it. And they're like, oh, I knew it because, yo, you know, you're black and your voice, you just sound like you can be a rapper. And I was like, all right, whatever gave them that idea. So but I did it and it turned out well, so you know what, hey. It brings me to my fifth and last point. This does not necessarily have to do with being black, but being a foreigner in general. When foreigners come to Korea and are living with Korea, is because they're kind of wealthy or rich or something like that, or they have a lifestyle that they can afford to live in another country, because it's kind of just seemed as though like you're well off enough that you can just pick up your stuff and leave and go to another country. Also, I think it derives from the fact that it seems that we travel a lot, which can be quite expensive. The last thing that I would like to say is that yes, there are stereotypes, and you know, I think a lot of people have stereotypes about different people, different races, etc. I think the best way to go about these things is just to have a nice civil conversation and try to educate people and just try to open their eyes and try to like broaden their horizon of knowledge of what they know about that particular race and stuff like that, or culture. So if you like this video, can you guys go ahead and smash that like button? Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. You know, we're on the road to 4K and we're almost there. I appreciate all the love and support. Yo, you already don't know what it is. It's your girl Just Came Me, and I'm out.